the Logitech Boom.
That's frustrating. Logitech Boom's a mic too.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
This one is. I don't know about the one that you have. It may not be.
I can guarantee that mine's not.
Fuck this Windows Creators Update bullshit. Like the goddamn April update. It's been like the worst. They didn't like beta test it or something. It's like the biggest piece of shit ever.
Which is strange because I haven't had any problems, but I'm also not like PC power user. It just some configuration. That was the same. Growing up, I played a lot more PC games, and it was always bullshit because sometimes something would work on my buddy's PC, and we'd do exactly the same thing on mine, and it wouldn't work, and sometimes vice versa, right? Just different configurations can completely mess with whatever, right?
You know what's fucked up? It's on this Microsoft Surface that I have.
Yeah, so it should work regardless, right?
I don't know. I got to figure out what the hell happened here because it's just so stupid. It won't take, like, it doesn't even recognize mics and shit, man. This is like the, oh. Anyways. It's enough. That's not, shouldn't be like the most of my frustration.
Do you know we had a high profile game launch today?
Yeah.
Today's July 30th. This is episode 83 of the Link Cable Podcast. My name is Chris.
My name is Kidden.
Today, and I haven't played this game yet. This is actually the reason that Tim's not here. It's because La Mulana 2 came out. This is where we get to the part of the show where we talk about games that are pretty obscure, and then we talk about the sequels to those games that came out with a little fanfare. I don't know. We can't review it. Like I say, I haven't played it. I have a copy. I'm ready to go. We have company over today. So it's going to be a short show for sure. Added to that, I haven't really played a whole lot this week.
Me neither. It's just been, well, you completed some stuff, right?
Did I? Oh yeah. Well, how bad do you want to go into spoilers?
let's not. Sorry, I'm still stuck at the beginning.
I'm finished with Octopath Traveler. I threw it up on Kijiji. I have a buyer coming Wednesday.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm happy. He's going to give me $70 for it, and I'm totally cool with that.
You don't want to be like sitting on that, seeing whether it goes into like the hundreds or something.
It will not. They'll reprint it. They'll reprint it for sure.
Yeah.
70 is good. I'm happy with 70. Considering I paid nothing for it. I got it on one of those crazy like double trade-in EB deals.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken advantage of any of those?
I did for one of them a while ago. I still haven't used my card that I have like $120 on.
Yeah. Do you know I have like 4 or 5 games completely paid off because of the deal that they had when June sometime?
Yeah, that was the crazy one where like they boosted the value of anything you traded into like $20 or something, or
yeah. So it was whatever it was. They were taking like PS3 games and 3DS games. Like, okay. So I traded in so much stuff. And it's not even that I traded in good stuff. I traded in garbage. And I got lots of money. And so that was one of the free games that I got from that was Octopath. I'm going to say I still recommend that you play it. I very strongly recommend. I don't know if it'll be in my top 5.
We have a strong year though.
Yeah, well, and that's the only thing is that it was almost a lock, but there's a couple of things holding it back from all-time greatness, which we can't completely talk about quite yet.
Okay.
And you know what? And it may be a personal thing. That's not to say that everybody will feel the same either, right?
Well, there's part of me that's struggling to get into it still right now. I think part of it is like I'm still collecting the guys. I'm just finding it a little bit slow going right now. I think I have one more person to pick up. I think the thief is the last guy that I got to pick up right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he would be because he was my second.
While I think the music is good, it doesn't have anything. I don't know. I'm not finding it memorable, and maybe that's just my age-addled brain not really picking up on stuff anymore.
I often wonder about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way where I don't remember music to games anymore. And I don't know whether that's because, like you say, it's my adult brain having heard too much and I don't give a shit about it. But at the same time, if another song from maybe it's just video game music.
Maybe it's just not as catchy anymore.
Yeah, I think if things are kind of like that orchestrated, all instruments thing, versus MIDI that has like a mainline hook, right?
Yeah.
That may be part of it.
Yeah.
Ambience versus feature.
Yep.
I couldn't sing any of the music right now from Octopath. Do you know what's cool?
I know it's good. It sets like a tone in it, but I yeah, same thing. Like that's kind of my bar, right? Like I could hum like a few things from Chrono Trigger like off the top of my head pretty easily.
Easy,
right?
Yep. But like you say, is that just old man not being able to remember things, right?
Probably.
I think that's probably more likely. One thing about the music in Octopath Traveler, I don't know, spoilers, light spoilers. I don't even know if it counts. Otherwise, I wouldn't talk about it.
Sure.
But after you finish the second chapter,
okay,
all the third chapter towns, you get new battle music, which is cool. Yeah, and it's stronger. Like it feels more late game-ish. You know what I mean? Like it's got a different feel to it, and I really appreciated that. I thought that was really cool. First time it started playing, because I'm already stressed out because I'm going to a new place, and I'm going to be overwhelmed for a little while until I kind of level into the third stages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really appreciate to have that music because it put a little bit of priority, a little bit of tension into the battles.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have to at least get past this first ring because this is just kind of stupid for me not to get past this part. Like this still feels like I'm in the beginning stages of the game and don't really have any idea.
Yeah. I also played Raiden 5.
Oh, okay.
It's the what's it called? Director's Cut or Anniversary something.
There's director's cuts of shoot.
Raiden 5 director's cut for PlayStation 4.
Okay.
It's fine. I wonder whether this is another old man thing. Is this an old man thing, or is this this genre has kind of played itself out a little bit?
Well,
like, do you
like unless you like cave shooters, like there hasn't been really much, right, lately. Unless you go indies, I guess.
I guess this one just doesn't do anything. Like it's fine. It's what it is, right?
Yeah, but Raiden's always been kind of simple, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And I'm like, it's fun. I like it. But it's also just, it's Raiden, right? Like so I am probably going to take huge shit for this. But what was the game that came out a little while ago that was free on PSN that was also a shooting game? Air.
Oh, that was something. Like there's like a phone for Air Force something or yeah.
You know what one? This is the worst podcast ever. I'm gonna look for it while we talk. But that game, apparently people hated it.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised because like it has a lot of like the way they designed that game was very close to how like the phone version is, and the phone version has a lot of like buy to pay to play, pay to win sort of things in it.
So I thought it totally worked. I thought it totally worked. It just, the thing I liked about it is here's a bunch of tasks to do. This would be a lot more effective if we had the name of the game. I think maybe it's called Air Force. Oh, it's not
Air Force Anniversary, I think it was.
I don't think it's Air Force.
Oh, Skyforce, sorry.
Skyforce, that's right. Skyforce. Skyforce Anniversary. I'm sure that's what it is. So Skyforce Anniversary.
You should hold up your half of the bargain, man. Sure. I got the fourth part.
it got panned in reviews and people talking shit about it. I actually really enjoyed it because the thing I liked about it is that you have tasks, or what's the word I'm looking for? You have things to do.
You have achievements and goals that are like
there's a different word that I'm looking for. you have things to do. Sure. It's going to drive me crazy, but almost impossible to do all at once, but possible. It's difficult, but possible. But then replaying levels and trying to hit the other ones was really fun, especially when you can't move on to the next stages until you unlock X number of stars for completing those objectives. Right? So say like the first stage and the second stage are open, and then you need to have 5 stars, whatever, from the previous objectives to unlock the third stage. And then you do it again for the fourth stage. And if you're struggling with it, they have easy difficulty and harder difficulty. And then those ones also have the same objectives, but they're on easy or hard. So you can get them that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I think that would normally drive you up the wall. Like this is always the funny thing, like the repetitive nature of it all.
Oh, dude, the repetitive nature is the thing I love the most.
So I think this is a lot more like what the heck's that game?
we're the worst. You know that game, where you shoot guys.
Bug game.
EDF, Earth Defense Force.
Yeah, it's like EDF.
Yeah, play the same shit over and over and over again. Grind for weapons. I mean, but at the same time, like I play Warcraft, I used to, and Diablo's the same. Like a lot of these games are just, grind it. And if there's enough there, like say with what's the game that I just said that I'm playing? Raiden. With Raiden 5. If that game had objectives for me to do while I was playing, and I had you had a map system thing where you just like choose whichever level and then go through. It's just with this one, you start at the beginning, you play through the stages, and you beat it, and then it's over.
Yeah, it's very like one note, not very like this one, like very basic. Like that's why I was so surprised. Like it's not even like, for example, it's not like R-Type where there's an actual mechanic to it. It's very much just like a top-down shooter, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say that. There is one thing in this where you choose which type of weapon you have. And then when weapon power-ups come, so when you choose a ship, you can choose between 3 different color weapons. And when you pick up the weapon power-ups, it'll charge that color. And so if I collect all purples, then my purple weapon gets crazy strong. But if I have all purples and I collect a blue, then it resets and then I start at blue, because you can only have one color weapon at a time. And so I guess the idea is to skip them all and just take the one color weapon, but that's not fun.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like it's not
R-Type is awesome because you get to choose. Gradius is great because you get to choose, whether you want option or whether you want speed up or whether you want right. That's fun.
Like even something older like Gunbird, you love that game, but that's like you have a rotation mechanic in there and stuff, right? There's Ikaruga, there's a color mechanic like that. There has to be something.
Gunbird's out on Switch, eh? Both of those games are out on Switch.
Yeah, and Shikigami no Shiro is a huge thing for you too.
Yep, that's not
like all these games are more complicated with better,
Yeah, was Shikigami no Shiro like a Sony thing?
I don't think so.
No.
But there's something about its rights that are kind of held in some weird development.
And was that why we got Mobile Light Force or whatever it was called, or was that just for localization?
I think it was just for that was just for localization.
Like Appeal.
Yeah, because I don't know, Castle of Shikigami doesn't really mean much. I don't know.
At the same time, though, it sounds cooler than Mobile Light Force.
Sure. I guess I don't have an explanation. One sounds way too Japanese for people, I guess. But I mean, this is a top-down like shoot 'em up, so I don't know what they were thinking.
it sounds way too Japanese, like Ni no Kuni. It was a different time.
Different time. PS2 era, right?
Yeah. What was the Okage? That Shadow one. There was a bunch of Japanese name games. The only other game I played this week was Solus Project. Solus Project is I assume that it's out for PC as well, yeah.
Yeah.
I bought it for PSVR. It's not okay, so it's a survival story game. So I would say that it's similar to I got the impression that it was kind of like a walking simulator-ish game. If you turned off all the survival stuff. I really like that. So they have this thing where they have like survival. You have to have food and water and radiation, whatever. And I have no interest in doing that, but I have interest in exploring like a new planet, right?
Yep.
Story seemed kind of cool. I wanted to check it out. The controls are so unintuitive that I can't play this game. I was so confused with which button made me walk forward and which button picked things up. And sometimes things like it just, I don't know. It was not a good experience, which was a shame because I was looking forward to playing it. It just wasn't good.
Yeah, it's just too bad. Like we don't have at this point, like there's no end all be all way to play games in VR right now as far as movement's concerned, right?
Yeah. Locomotion.
When you think about even like first person shooters, how long it took for people to get to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, which is basically this where everything started to become standardized, right? Yeah. Even Halo wasn't enough to get it good on controllers, but they had like so many people working on first person shooters for how many years before they came down to the correct controls, right? It's kind of scary thinking about it. Like I don't know outside of hey, you gotta make a whole room able for you to be tracked in a whole room. Like they don't seem to have a good idea yet of how to overcome some of that stuff. And I think you're right. Like the other day we were talking about it. Like you're wondering like how bad would it be if you were using an analog stick to actually like just move yourself around like a first person game.
I don't think at all. Like it, to be honest, this one. So with Solus Project, they had one of the move buttons, not the trigger. The front button was to walk forward on the left move.
Yeah.
And I set everything to smooth motion. Like they gave you actually, you know what? I really appreciate that this game gave you a lot of options in terms of I think they did let you have like a teleport to move. And they had different levels of speeds that you could do if you wanted smooth walking. And so I appreciated all those, but I turned everything up to full, like just give me a natural walk. And it was so awkward where I don't know. How did Resident Evil handle it? Because everybody loved Resident Evil 7 in VR, right? I don't remember what it did.
I thought it was like a move, like you kind of like move around by like a certain amount of degrees or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. It was the left and right on the. Well, that's one of the other problems with the move controllers is that the buttons are arranged in a square around that trigger, and so I don't know. I always get confused with which one is X and which one is square and which one is circle of the bottom two. Like, is it going X left, circle right, or square left, X right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Poorly designed.
I think I don't know. Like they gotta stick to one kind of like it's so weird, it's so scattershot, right? They got to stick to one control scheme and keep refining it, sort of thing, you know.
Yeah. Or how about this? Give me, and I think that they do for the most part, though, right? Like PS4 controller is similar to it's an improvement on the PS3, which was an improvement on the PS2, which is an improvement on the PS1. DualShock, which was an improvement on the original PS1 controller, right?
Sure.
I think I would prefer to still use a regular controller in VR instead of the moves, depending on the game, I guess. For games where I move around, I think I'd rather just use the controller. Sure. I got a hot tip for you, and I don't even know if it's actually a hot tip or not because I haven't tried it yet, but I bought something to try it. There's new buzz. I don't know whether it's been around for a long time, but new buzz that I've seen a couple times this week is that for your PSVR, I have my camera mounted on top of my TV. I had it on the base. And then everybody's like, no, it works much better if it's higher. So I said, okay, I put it on top of the TV and yeah, absolutely. It works better, but still not great. I've always kind of struggled with it a little bit. I heard a new tip. You got to put it up way higher, like put it above your TV on the wall behind your TV, like 7 feet in the air. And then
like attach it to the ceiling,
well, not necessarily to the ceiling, but up there towards the ceiling, right? And have it point down on your play area, but still catches, like the idea is that you have a view of the roof, but you also have your entire play area within the field of view on the thing. Like not just where you're going to be sitting, not just where your move is, but like you can point it down enough where it's still going to catch range of motion on the move controllers. So you have motion detection, but you have a wider range of view the higher up it is, right?
Yeah.
So which makes sense. So I bought these command strips. Do you know what these are? I never even heard of this thing before.
Command strips.
Command strips. And apparently it's like this huge line. I think it's 3M.
Okay.
And it's like a way to hang up pictures. This is so stupid because I get this sense that like everybody knows what command strips are and I just don't. But they're like strips that you can put on the back of pictures and then stick them to your wall, like giant ass, like framed glass pictures that you can hang on your wall without nails and stuff, which I thought was cool. So I went to Canadian Tire today to take a look, and I found there's like half a wall with all different kinds of like hooks and different mounts, this kind of stuff. And so I bought a Velcro one that sticks to something and one that sticks to the wall, and then they just stick together, and it holds like, I don't know, 6 kilograms or something. And apparently they just come off the wall too, and off the thing you stick it on. It's not like an adhesive that like tears it up, which again, I don't understand, but whatever. Everybody's saying these things are the best. So I bought a set of those, and I'm going to stick it onto the PlayStation camera and then stick it up above the clock, above my TV, like closer to the roof, and see how that works, or to the ceiling. So I'll report back and let you know. Yeah.
So who knows?
We'll see.
I'm gonna see you like sticking all this crap all over your walls.
Outside of that, do you feel like we're in a little bit of a summer drought?
That's good, because like I need to spend time fixing all these fucking Windows computers.
That's too bad. That's too bad. Without playing it, say the pick of the week this week is La Mulana 2. Did you play the first one?
No.
So La Mulana was it's like a Metroidvania game, Metroidvania-ish game that is super obtuse in its puzzles. It's really fun. Like a few years ago, Tim and I took a summer and just said, okay, let's do this. Like kind of like a simultaneous play where we would both play and then check up on each other and say like, where are you right now? How'd you solve this problem? What'd you do here? And we kind of got through it, kind of working together independently.
Okay.
And the second one came out today, and apparently it's still super tricky, but also a little more accessible because the first one is like notorious for it. And Tim says he's going to be up all night, and he's not here now because he's playing it. So I assume that it's really good. His early reports say that it's fantastic. So La Mulana 2. Oh, and it was surprise release today. Like if you did the Kickstarter or you backed it, I don't know if it was a Kickstarter or whatever it was.
Okay.
But if you backed it, then they said, okay, it's going to come out like in 3 days or 4 days or whatever it was. And everybody went bananas. That
Wow.
had the
Okay.
Kickstarter thing. And then like today it did like a surprise launch for everybody else.
That's exceedingly cool. Like I haven't heard of something like that in a while.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice that a Kickstarter game actually comes out.
Sick burn to all you guys with Kickstarters.
Still waiting on Ghost Song, bud.
I've already had 2 cancel on me in my lifetime.
And do you just lose the money?
I think they give you whatever work that they worked on, and then that's it. Yeah, so basically you lose the money.
That sucks. The only I didn't back it. This is the only like thing that I have back that. Oh no, and Shenmue 3. I went all in on Shenmue 3.
How much? Which tier did you do for Shenmue then?
Like the 160 one.
60. Okay.
I think it was 160. I can take a look and tell you exactly. 160 US. That's important.
160 US?
Yeah, man. I went balls deep on that one.
You love Shenmue that much?
Well, yeah, the 160 one. I'll tell you what comes with it. You ready?
All right.
Backer only advanced technique scroll.
Okay.
I guess in game. 20 capsule toy tickets. An MP3 download of the original soundtrack with unreleased tracks. So far, who gives a shit, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh shit, maybe it was the 175 one. Hold on, let me log in.
Oh my god.
hold on, let me log in. Let me sign in. Yeah, Shenmue, I really like Shenmue a lot. I really, really, really liked it. And I was one of those guys that like I was all excited for the story and expected to have like all 12, and it never happened. Broke my heart.
When is the last time you played Shenmue?
Don't it is the 175 tier. The last time I played was I don't want to tell you. It was university.
That's a long time ago, man.
I know it is. Shut up. All right. So let me read off the rest of this. So in addition to what I've already read, printed art book curated by Yu Suzuki.
Okay.
Also a copy of the digital art book filled with unreleased illustrations. An original Shenmue 3 t-shirt. An actual capsule toy that will appear in the game. So you get one of the 4 random figures, Ryo, Shenhua, Chai, or the forklift.
Well, what are you hoping for? The forklift,
Shenhua.
right? No. Okay.
Oh yeah, Shenhua, man. She's the best. A digital copy of the game for PC or PS4, or a physical copy for PC. I think they changed that. You could get it for PS4 as well. Because I put in for a physical copy on PS4, I think. A digital copy of the trial version for PC, name in the credits. International phone card, an in-game item to call Nozomi, Guizhang, Ine-san, or other characters from Shenmue 1 and 2. Which unlocks phone conversations and flashback scenes available only to Kickstarter backers. Keep your friends close with S3 World Telecom. A physical copy of Shenmue 3 in an exclusive backer-only case. Kickstarter exclusive Shenmue 3 wallpaper set.
Oh my god.
Plus your name on the official Shenmue 3 website.
Wait, did you get your wallpapers yet, or is that something later?
I guess that comes later. I haven't seen shit.
Oh my god!
I wonder if they're available, and I just haven't seen it.
Keep up with all those updates, man.
Yeah. I'll let you know when it comes out in 2020. To be honest, it looks like shit. I don't know whether like it's just, you know, it's pre-release stuff, right? It's pre-alpha. Like it's
No, I understand. Like that's why I don't look at like anything to do with Bloodstained right now. Like
yeah,
I don't want to look at it.
just finish it. Just finish it. That's right. And I'm comfortable with that. Like it looks like shit. That's fine. I don't care. I also don't really know how, you know, I don't think it's gonna be that good. At the same time, I don't mind. Shenmue, so it was the same thing with that stupid Legend of Galactic Heroes box, right? Like I'd always said, like, if this ever comes out in English, I will buy it regardless of price. And Shenmue 3 was the same thing where I was like, I will buy this regardless of price. And so I figured, you know,
It's
double
not the
down.
same thing. There's an inherent value to the Legend of Galactic Heroes thing that
Double
actually,
down.
like, most people would be jealous of you getting. Okay, I don't know about the Shenmue thing, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I got wrapped up in the E3 like presser, right? When they
I
were like
think you
Shenmue
still
3.
cancel it, man.
No, you can't. I've already paid for it. It already came out.
Nothing's come out yet.
No, but I cancel it and what? I just have no money. You can't get your money back from it.
Can't you? I can't
No.
remember when's the last that you can cancel it.
No.
I guess they take out all the money as soon as the time's up and completed. Yeah, you're right.
Sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And like I say, I don't mind. It's cool that it's happening, right? Like it's something that I always dreamed of, and so hey, sure.
I'm telling you, don't make that comparison again because there's nothing wrong with you getting that Galactic Heroes box set, man.
The price is what's wrong with that.
There's absolutely nothing wrong.
We'll see when it goes on sale for like more than half price in less than a year. Then
yeah, and then nobody has it, and then it's going to go up to like 200% of what its value is.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it will, man. It's just like my Votoms, man.
Yeah, but it's worth something now, right?
Yeah, it is worth something now. Like, there's two things like Right Stuff Anime in the States. Like they always used to have these blowout sales. I think they still do, but there were two box sets that they had 1 million of, and everybody like kept buying them for cheap. It was the Votoms set that was always there, and then the Sailor Moon box sets from AD Vision when ADV was still around. And so they had those two sets of DVDs, and whoever bought them then, like they're worth a ton more now, and they were like on clearance at the time. So I don't know, man. Crazy. These things come and go.
Yeah. Outside of that, really, there's not a whole lot else going on this week. Like summer's a little slow. You know, I was talking to Fanny about a game coming up soon enough. I
think we've been watching more TV and stuff lately, to be honest. Yeah. It's like that summer heat makes you just want to like watch something instead of play something.
Mario Party for Switch. I think it looks fantastic.
So, are you saying I need to buy this stupid game?
No, you don't have to at all. I don't even think there's any online.
Yeah, but in order to play all those like funky things where you need 2 Switches.
Yeah, but 2 Switches, I don't think you need 2 games though. You probably have
download
whatever. And if they don't, it's stupid. Do you know what I'm really a little bit stressed about? Is you know that thing I made a document that has like all my pre-orders in it.
Yep.
I can't find it.
You can't find it.
No, it is. All right, let's shut this thing down. We got nothing to talk about.
And you got guests over.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk to you next week.
Have a week, guys. Bye.